Join the Music Universe podcast for this special social media extra from CRS 2021. Welcome to the Music Universe podcast, social media extra from CRS. We're with Lucas Hoge. He joined us last year for a traditional episode, and he's back with us right now as he's got some new music out. How's it going, Lucas?
Man, it's going good. How about you guys? How's your virtual CRS going?
Not too bad. We got a bunch of interviews back to back, and we're glad that you're with us. Are you in Nashville by chance?
I am, and it just started coming down big old flakes again. So it's stacking up.
Yeah, I lived there 2 years, and I think I've seen snow once, and it was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not what they expected. They expected what you guys are getting now, and it was like a dusting, if that. So
Yeah.
I guess it's definitely interesting because you guys have been through a lot this past year.
Yeah.
The tornadoes and COVID and the bombing, and now you guys are iced in for CRS, which is virtual anyway. So
I know. It seems like it's been, the last few years that it's really snowed has been during CRS. It's always happens during this time. So we should plan on it from now on. Just have a big snowball fight somewhere.
There you go. But luckily this year it's virtual, so a lot of people don't have to worry about travel arrangements.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Yeah. But tell us about your new single that is out.
Yeah, it's about to drop, which is really cool. We were finishing up the music video just last week, so it was really fun. The song's called "Get Lost," just about going out, taking the girl of your dreams or whatever, and just finding a place to get away and just driving and go and getting lost out in nature and the outdoors and just wherever you want to go. And that's kind of what it's all about. And we were able to take over the old drive-in movie theater down in Lewisburg, Tennessee at the Highway 50 drive-in, which was really fun. And kind of the premise behind it is me and my girl kind of stumbled on to this abandoned drive-in, and everything's open. So we were able to get the projector going and pop some popcorn and just have a good time. It's pretty fun.
And when's the single and video dropping?
Officially it'll drop March 19th. Yeah, excited. It's going to be a fun song. My producer Forrest Glenn Whitehead really took it over the top, so I'm excited to get this new music out there.
So what have you been up to? I know we kind of talked to you at the start of the pandemic. Have you been able to play any shows, anything socially distanced? I know concerts are coming back in Florida, which is practically typically all open. So what have you been up to since we last talked?
Oh man, so much. Haven't been able to do a bunch of live shows. My first live show will be this Saturday in Omaha, Nebraska at the Barnado Lounge. So looking forward to getting out there and performing in front of people again, which will be great. But I haven't stopped traveling and shooting my TV show. So we've been out traveling around the country, filming for my show Hoge Wild, which is doing great. It's on Sportsman's Channel right now. And we've been everywhere. I was just down in Florida Keys, was just in Arizona, and just filming everywhere we can, just trying to keep the wheels turning and looking forward to putting season 2 out there right now.
Did the pandemic affect any filming schedules, or did you guys plan to start back up at that time?
It hasn't affected me domestically, but going overseas it has. We were supposed to be in South Africa and Bolivia in March, so it probably won't be going over there until later in the year, until all this kind of settles down a little bit more. But other than that, in the States, it really hasn't affected me because, being out in the woods, you're pretty much social distance as far as you can go.
That's true.
But yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say, how special is it to be traveling all over the country, to be doing your show, staying in these remote places, and capturing these memories on film?
That's amazing, man. It's a dream come true, honestly. I grew up in that little small town of Hubble, Nebraska, and just take the outdoors with me wherever I go. So it just kind of came natural to me being able to transition into this TV show, because it's something that I've been doing my entire life. And I tell everybody my guitar has been my passport into the gateway of meeting all these people and traveling all over the world, because everybody where I go to perform, I get to meet some amazing people that want to introduce me to their lifestyle as well. So I get to do a lot of those things that I normally wouldn't have unless the show came about. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and looking behind you, I know last time we spoke about you being a Billboard #1 artist. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, so this was my album "Dirty South," went #1 on the country album sales chart. Pretty proud of that. Hopefully we can duplicate that with the new project that we're working on right now. And celebrate with a lot of this over here.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Now, last time we spoke, Matt and I were talking after you hung up, and I'm like, man, I forgot to ask him. Have to ask you, "The Power of Garth."
Yeah.
Tell us about that song. What inspired? Obviously, Garth inspired you to write it, I'm sure. But tell us the inspiration and how that came about, because that's a killer song.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for asking about that song. That was my first top 30 single, and very honored to be able to put that on the project. You know, I grew up being a huge Garth fan as a kid, so being able to flash forward and finally have a song that you can put on the project that's an homage to one of your musical heroes was something near and dear to my heart, and it reacted really well with the fans out there. So I'm proud to keep it on there, and hopefully it'll continue to grow and do great things as well. It was a fun music video to do as well. It was really fun. It was funny when we were casting for my mini me, basically. The kid that we cast literally shows up on set, and we didn't plan this at all. We're wearing the exact same thing. Like we're not even dressed for the video yet, and we're both wearing the exact same things down to our tennis shoes. I was blown away. It was hilarious. Like a denim shirt, white t-shirt underneath, jeans, and my black Adidas shoes, and he had the exact same thing on. I was just like, this was meant to be.
That's awesome. Have you met Garth, and do you know if he's heard that song?
I met Garth briefly, and yes, I know he's heard the song. Was hoping for a little tip of the old resistol from him. Maybe someday we will. And Terry McBride was one of the co-writers on that song with, gosh, who was the other writer on it? But very honored that they allowed me to put that on my project.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've both big Garth fans as well. Have interviewed him and seen him multiple times, and super
Nice.
cool guy, and will remember your name no matter how many people he's met.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. What Matt, you got anything?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask with the TV show, when you guys plan to get the episodes airing?
Actually, season 1 has already aired. It started airing June 20th or 29th of this last year, and it performed so well on the channel that Canada has picked it up now. So it's performing currently right now in Canada on Q1 and Q2, and then as soon as season 1 finishes there, season 2 will start airing back here in the States again. So we're just finishing up season 2. We're halfway through, 10 episodes. So we got a lot more filming to do and a lot of fun stuff. I'm going to have a lot of guest appearances with some good buddies of mine, and looking forward to filming. It's just a fun show to do.
How many days a week or a year or a month? How often are you traveling? How long are you in any one place for an episode?
Yeah. Well, before COVID happened, I was barely ever home. I was easier to say, I'm home 50 days out of the year, something like that. Now it's a little different. Hopefully with the live shows picking up again, we'll be traveling just as much. We're doing a lot more driving than we used to. We used to fly everywhere. So it's so unpredictable. We were just flying down to what was it, Arizona last weekend, and flights were getting canceled and rearranged and stuff left and right. So I am usually filming about 3 to 4 days for each episode. So it's not, we can really do a really great episode pretty quickly. It all depends on what we're doing. Like I was in Montana in October of last year, and we were filming for an elk hunt, and we had to pack in 7 miles into the mountain. And the first night we get hammered with snow. It snowed 40 inches or 48 inches, I think. And we were just sopped in, and we had to stay an extra few days just to get the hunt in, because the first 3 days we were just digging out, and we were staying in wall tents and had to chop our own wood and stuff to stay warm. And it was probably about -17, and you wake up about every 2 hours to stoke the stove, because if you don't, you'll freeze to death.
That is a reality show right there that is real and not
Yeah.
scripted in any way, for sure. 40 something inches of snow, my word.
Yeah, I mean, we were walking, and you have to walk everywhere to get to where these animals are bedded down, or where their habitat is, and we're pushing snow with our legs for 7-8 miles a day, up and down the mountainside, and it's pretty taxing. It's the hardest adventure of my life to date.
Absolutely.
And I know you've extensively toured, and we spoke about this last time too, but usually you're used to going to the Middle East and playing for the troops. So that's had to give you a curveball there the last year plus.
Yeah, it did. It was unfortunate that we weren't able to go overseas, but we were able to pivot and do a digital concert, which turned out to be really, really great. The viewership was fantastic. Had some great sponsors come on to help us make it happen. So being able to pivot into those digital platforms really helped us a lot in the last year. And so we were trying to stay out front of all that, and it kind of paid off in the end. I was able to stay at the top. Well, I was number 9 in the world for live streaming of 2020. So it was pretty great.
Oh, wow. Congrats on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Matt, is there anything else you wanted to ask, or?
No, I think we covered it all. I love talking to country stars who are also TV stars, television hosts. Those are people after my own heart with everything I do here. So, Lucas, good to see that you are finding success and unique ways to stay creative during this crazy, continuing, unprecedented time. Anything else you wanted to share with us before we wrap up?
No, just please go follow me on all socials, and every social I have out there is just at Lucas Hoge, and Hoge is Hoge, and hope everybody enjoys the new song "Get Lost" and the music video as well.
Yeah, we're gonna tag you and likely get this up in the next day or so, and hopefully your fans will enjoy it as much as we did.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, guys. I always appreciate talking to you guys.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.